everybody, welcome to a prediction video for 2 nights of the biggest show of the year, Wrestle Kingdom, which happens every year on the... Wait a minute, we're on the month of April. Okay, let me start over again. Hello everybody, welcome to a prediction video for 2 nights of the biggest show of the year, WrestleMania. Seriously, do any of you care about this show? You know what? I'll be honest with you. I don't want to make this video, and I especially don't give a damn about WrestleMania this year. Not just because of the coronavirus pandemic, but because the match card. Let's talk about it. Okay, first of all, Rob Gronkowski, the former NFL player for the New England Patriots, will be hosting this year's WrestleMania. Exciting, right? Leave it to you, my friends. So let's get on to the matches. So we got the WWE Women's Tag Team title match between a team of Alexa Bliss and Nikki Cross, the challengers, and the champions, Kabuki Warriors, Asuka and Kairi Sane. Well, let's see. You know, the last time the Kabuki Warriors defended their title was... I honestly don't even remember. Which really sucks because there are no women's tag team division in WWE right now. But seriously though, I don't want to get into that. I'll just say that Alexa Bliss and Nikki Cross are going to win the WWE Women's Tag Team titles. On to the next match, we have Elias versus King Corbin, which I honestly don't give a damn. You know what? As a matter of fact, I'll have to say I will walk out with Elias. That's it. Next match, we will have Otis versus Dolph Ziggler. In case if you haven't watched SmackDown, the Exalted One... No, wait. That's not the Exalted One. That's from a different company. Okay. Anyways, somebody who's trying to expose what's happening between Otis and Mandy Rose. And apparently... Sonya Deville destroyed a relationship between these two, and this rivalry has gone personal. So therefore, we got Otis versus Dolph Ziggler. Okay, who's going to win? You know, honestly, I think and I want Otis to win. Next match, we will have the Fatal 5-Way Elimination match for the SmackDown Women's title. We got Naomi versus Lacey Evans versus Tamina versus The Boss, Sasha Banks, versus the current SmackDown Women's Champion, Bayley. Now, it's going to be every woman's for herself, so it would be interesting if Bayley ends up facing her best friend, Sasha Banks. And what do you bet that Sasha Banks would turn her back on her best friend and ends up winning the SmackDown Women's title? Possibly. No, you know what? I'll have to go for Sasha Banks. I mean, I want Naomi to win, but I think Sasha Banks is going to win. Next match, we will have a dream match between Daniel Bryan and Sami Zayn, but this time it's for the Intercontinental Championship. Will the match be great? Of course. I mean, hell, Daniel Bryan, the great technician wrestler, Sami Zayn. Wow. Honest to God, there's no word to describe how great Sami Zayn is. I mean, as a matter of fact, he hasn't wrestled much at all. But at least he was a great manager, but it sucks that he hasn't wrestled much because of his injury prones. But hey, at least he's finally won the IC title. So, you know what? Unfortunately, I have to say Daniel Bryan is going to win the IC title for the second time. Alright, we got a triple threat ladder match for the SmackDown Tag Team titles. We got New Day versus the Usos versus Miz and John Morrison. But the match is going to be great, but unfortunately, this match will never top the match such as WrestleMania 2000. You had a triple threat ladder match for the World Wrestling Federation tag team titles. And back then it was great. But this era, well, to be honest, I don't think they'll top that match. But I'm just saying, folks. Anyways, okay, so before I predict the match, I did hear the news reportedly that The Miz was sick and he refused to perform. Therefore, one of the Usos were upset that The Miz had to be pulled from the match. That was just a rumors, reported news. But I don't know how it goes, but who knows? They could have a triple threat instead of a triple threat tag team instead. Anyways, I don't know how it goes, but as for this match, I will predict that the Usos will win the SmackDown Tag Team titles. And next match, well, this is the match I'm looking forward to see. The Firefly Funhouse match between John Cena and Bray Wyatt or The Fiend. I'm honestly looking forward to see this match, but I think that Bray Wyatt or The Fiend is going to take his redemption from his loss 6 years ago. So that's my prediction. And now we got a main event on the first night, the Universal Championship match. We have the champion Goldberg and the big dog Roman Reigns. It's going to be spear versus spear. Wait, just a second. Hello? Wait a minute. Didn't Roman show up at the Performance Center? Wasn't he supposed to be the headliner for WrestleMania? No? What do you mean he's not going to compete? Oh. Well, I don't blame him, okay? Do you know who's the replacement for Roman Reigns? No way. Wait. What? Braun Strowman? Braun Strowman. Why Braun Strowman? No. This man had a bad attitude backstage. Not just that, but he did make criticism against an indie wrestler on Instagram, and he deleted it. Wait, are you serious? So, let me get this straight. WWE doesn't even acknowledge about why Roman Reigns was pulled from this match, and they're not going to mention him at all? And they're not going to explain why Braun Strowman gets his title shot at WrestleMania? Are you serious? Alright, please don't remind me about WrestleMania 9 and 11 again, okay? Bye. Well, nobody asked for this. I mean, seriously, we have a wrestler with a bad attitude backstage, and the other wrestler who can't even perform a move perfectly. And besides, he already passed his prime at his old age. Honestly, it really sucks that Roman Reigns had to pull himself out of the match, but at the same time, he made a right call by pulling himself out and focus on his health. Just remember, folks, health, safety, and family are always the #1 priority, and you all should know that. So, thank you, Roman. We hope to see you again real soon. But as for this match, I'm honestly not gonna look forward to watch this match. Because, let me give you a simple reason. No explanation, no storyline, no build-up, no nothing. This match is going to be disaster. And I'm not even kidding. You know what? I don't care who wins this match. As long as we don't have a part-time champion, I'll be happy. But at the same time, Braun doesn't deserve this. You know what? I apologize. Let me just get this thing off my chest. Okay, so I know for a fact that we're gonna have the Universal Championship match between Braun Strowman and Goldberg. And there's no argue that this match is gonna be disaster. So I'm gonna stop talking about this and move on to some other things. So let me get this straight. I just found out that WWE isn't even going to announce what are the order of matches simply because it's the WWE and they don't want the fans to know what are the order of matches. I mean, they're honestly not going to tell you if The Undertaker versus AJ Styles is going to be the opening match, or they're not going to tell you if Sami Zayn versus Daniel Bryan is going to be the opening match for first night of WrestleMania. So who knows, man? Who knows? I mean, look at New Japan Pro Wrestling. They always announce the order of matches. They knew for the fact that they wanted to deliver the order of matches for the fans because that's how it goes, fellas. Just look at Wrestle Kingdom 14. They actually announced that Jushin Thunder Liger is going to open the show. Meanwhile, the IWGP Heavyweight Championship match is going to be the main event. That's how it goes, folks. And you see, unlike WWE, well, I was proven wrong that they're not actually going to have all the SmackDown matches on the first night and the Raw matches on the second night. But whatever, it's going to be mixed. SmackDown, Raw, SmackDown, Raw, Raw, SmackDown, SmackDown. On the next night, rest of it. But whatever. Anyways, I'm going to go over the rest of the matches on the card. But before that, let me talk about the kickoff matches, which was announced on the last minute. So we got Liv Morgan versus Natalya. I'll say Liv Morgan's going to win. Drew Gulak versus Cesaro. This is going to be a classic match, but I think that Drew Gulak is going to take a W. Now, let's talk about the rest of the matches. We have Kevin Owens versus Seth Rollins. You know, I know this rivalry has been going on since November, and as a matter of fact, we had this stupid gimmick from Seth Rollins, you know, the Monday Night Messiah. You know what? As a matter of fact, I know Kevin Owens has fought with Seth Rollins a couple of times, especially that one match from Ring of Honor. I have to say Kevin Owens is going to have to take a big W at WrestleMania. And next match, we will have the Raw Tag Team titles between the Street Profit and a team of Angel Garza and Andrade, who's now being replaced by Austin Theory. And in case you don't know, Andrade was pulled from this match due to a rib injury. And so instead, we got a young up-and-coming star who's currently at his 22, is going to make his shine at WrestleMania. Isn't that special, right? But sadly, I don't think he'll be ready to become a champion just yet. I'll say the Street Profits are going to retain the Raw Tag Team titles. And then we got a match between Aleister Black and Bobby Lashley. And from what I know, I don't think these two had ever had an eye-to-eye in WWE. And this match was being booked randomly with no build-ups. All I could remember is that Aleister Black has been squashing jobbers every week. And as a matter of fact, I haven't seen Bobby Lashley a lot lately, over a month. Ever since he had a feud with Rusev. I mean, honestly, whatever happened to Rusev, by the way? Oh, wait. Bobby Lashley is still with Lana? Well, that explains why I never honestly care in the first place. But anyways, Aleister Black is going to win after he hits with the Black Mass. Next match, we will have Charlotte Flair, the winner of this year's Royal Rumble, taking on Rhea Ripley for the NXT Women's title. But this is going to be a lot interesting. I mean, I'll be honest, Rhea Ripley is currently my favorite woman wrestler on NXT. And Rhea is definitely the top face of the NXT Women's division. Meanwhile, Charlotte is the current face of the Raw Women's division next to Becky Lynch. And as a matter of fact, we're going to see this as a dream match. And this is probably tricky, folks. But there is absolutely no way that Charlotte Flair is going to take the NXT Women's title. So therefore, Rhea Ripley is going to retain the title. Oh, and just a fun fact. this is going to be the first time that the NXT titles going to be defended at WrestleMania. Next match, we will have a Boneyard match between The Undertaker and AJ Styles. But the question is, are we going to see the returning of the American Badass bringing his theme song, you know, You're Gonna Pay, or Rolling by Limp Bizkit? But I honestly thought that AJ was gonna win this match, but unfortunately, I know for a fact that this match is being customized and created by the dead man himself. I have to say, since this is WrestleMania, I think The Undertaker is gonna win. This match, I'm mostly looking forward to see Edge versus Randy Orton in the last man standing match. And you know what? We got two of the best wrestlers in Ruthless Aggression era. It's great to see Edge back in the WWE after a 9 long years of hiatus. He finally sets to make his return, and this time he's gonna make his return to WrestleMania as well, as he will face the Viper Randy Orton in a last man standing match. And I gotta be honest, I like the storytelling, I like the build up, and I like for the fact all it started when Edge made his triumphant return on Raw, where he said he will retire on his own terms, followed by Randy Orton asks if we're gonna have an rated R KO reunion, all just to turn his back on him, followed by a brutal attack with a steel chair. As much as I don't like seeing an episode without live audience, I'm honestly a big fan of watching Edge and Randy Orton cutting a promo on each other to hype up for WrestleMania. And as a matter of fact, I would love to see Randy Orton win this match, but I think Edge is definitely going to take a W at WrestleMania. Next match, we will have Becky Lynch defending her Raw Women's title against Shayna Baszler. Well, this is going to be great. As a matter of fact, Becky Lynch has been holding the Raw Women's title since WrestleMania last year, surprisingly. She's been holding a title for almost a year. And as a matter of fact, Shayna is the one who's going to be very potential to beat Becky Lynch at WrestleMania. And I honestly thought to myself, man, who could ever beat Becky Lynch besides Charlotte Flair? But the answer is probably going to be Shayna Baszler. I said it to myself and I'll say it again, Shayna Baszler is going to beat Becky Lynch to become the Raw Women's Champion. Let's get on to the main event, shall we? Next match, we will have a WWE Championship match between the Royal Rumble winner, Drew McIntyre, and the Beast, the Conqueror, Brock Lesnar. You know what? I'm gonna make this a big bet, and I honestly don't care what people has to say. Drew McIntyre stated that if he doesn't win the WWE Championship, the fans will riot. But unfortunately, this show is taking place inside the Performance Center, not Tampa Bay, sadly. As a matter of fact, Brock Lesnar has been a WWE champion since, I don't know, forever? And he's also a part-timer. So, I'm gonna make this a bet. If Brock Lesnar somehow walks out with the WWE title by the end of the night, well, guess what? I will immediately unsubscribe the WWE Network and I will stop watching WWE until SummerSlam. So that's my bet, everybody. So until then, hope you all enjoy WrestleMania, and thanks for watching. Don't forget to like this video, leave a comment, and subscribe for more content. And as always, stay safe, peace, and cheers.